We are reaching levels of delusion that seemed scientifically impossible at one point.
I had a falling out with a girl that I love, and I got served a cease and desist order. What can I legally do?
Michigan, cross post from r/relationships. This isn't r/legal advice, and it is, well, it's something. Hey guys, I already posted on r/relationships for the relationship side of all this, but I need some advice on the legal side. It's not a good start. For context, I'm 21 and she is 19. Got some puppy love going on right here. I'll give the short version of the story here. I guess if you need more context, see my other post. I met this girl in January of this year, at the start of the second semester at our university, where we worked in one of the rec centers together. She was a freshman and I was a junior. She started college a semester late, she said, because of family issues, and she said she was nervous about it, so I decided to show her around a bit. Yeah, probably just out of the goodness of your heart, right, OP? You're such a nice guy. We hit it off immediately, and I knew I was in love instantly. Yeah, any sort of female interaction and this dude's just sprung. Well, long story short, I asked her out, and she said no. I was heartbroken, and she agreed to still be friends. Unfortunately, I don't have evidence of this, since the conversation was in person. You have to be my friend, you said! Like, no, that's just the way to let you down easy, dude. Take the L and walk away. I tried several times throughout the semester to show her what she meant to me, but she ignored me and all the thought I put into the gifts that I gave her. Well, did she keep the gifts? Because that's probably sending the wrong message too. But essentially, in an ideal world, you should just be able to take a no and be like, okay, that's fine. Then dudes out here start scrambling to find evidence of their supposed friendship. Like, we had a falling out that involved me drunk dialing her and her telling me to leave her alone when I tried to explain. Yeah, maybe you should just do that. She didn't like it so much that she got the police involved, and you're like, how can I circumvent this, Reddit? Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe that's just the answer that you get. So I have spent the last month in absolute depression. I think about her every day. She blocked me on social media, so I can't see her profile, but I haven't texted her since school ended. Yeah, small wins, we take those. But it finally got to be a bit too much for me. I decided I would try one more time to show her how much I love her. Stop. I knew the town she moved to school from. It's only like an hour away from me, and I have family that live nearby because we've talked about it before. So I texted her and told her that I was coming to meet her. Yeah, out of the blue. This is not gonna go well. I don't understand how somebody could be this creepy and delusional. I was gonna meet her at X coffee shop, and I wanted to just talk about everything. Once again, she couldn't even do me the respect of replying. Bro, you got your reply months ago. It's a no, okay? Let's act like big boys and just move on, please. I checked her Instagram that night and saw she was out partying that very night. Bro, just take a deep look at your life choices right now. What are you doing? There were pictures of her with alcohol. She is underage, and her wearing skanky clothes. She told me that she hated partying. Yeah, that she was just trying to make you not feel bad. Okay? That's why she offered the friendship as well. She's a nice girl. Leave her alone. It's like she's become a totally different person. Yeah, you better save her from herself, you weirdo. So I did freak out a little. Just a little, though.
I told her how much I cared and how awful it was for her to just ignore me like that. That I was gonna come to the coffee shop on X day, and if she would do me the respect of coming to see me.
And this girl definitely has got a brain and some self-respect, so there's no way she's gonna meet him, right? She never replied. Good. But I got a piece of mail today. It was a freaking cease and desist letter. She said she would seek legal avenues if I didn't stop harassing her. What the hell, Reddit? Oh my god, it's the consequences of my own actions. I need to know what I can do legally to talk to her and make sure she doesn't understand. That's just not happening, my dude. Why do you have to be like this?
I don't want to live a life knowing that she hates me.
Yeah, and what's the way to get her to stop hating you? Put yourself right in her face. Make her hate you more. You could fade into the background, become a distant memory that she never thinks about. That's the way that I would suggest going, but he seems incapable.
So from my research, a cease and desist letter isn't legally binding like a restraining order or anything, and I'm not harassing her since I don't have an intent to intimidate or hurt her, so she can't charge me with anything. Is all that true? Do I need a lawyer to respond to her letter?
No, just stop. Cease and desist. Good for her for starting a paper trail, honestly, because this guy, yeah, more than slightly off balance from what I'm seeing.
Thanks for all your help, Reddit, and for reading this. Edit. Wow, everyone here's talking to me like I'm a piece of trash.
I mean, if it quacks like a duck, you know?
Just to be clear, I have not contacted her since I got the letter. I'm trying to figure out my next direction. I can't believe a sub specifically dedicated to legal advice is getting so personal.
I mean, it's a personal issue, is it not? You took your shot, you missed your shot, now it's time to move on. You don't want it to progress to the restraining order level, so just let it drop, okay? The next direction that you should go is 180 degrees away from this woman. Just spin on your heel and keep walking. I'm sure the comments are an absolute trash fire, so we gotta see about that. Grasshopper says, I need to know what I can do legally. Well, you can cease, and then you can desist. That's what I said. Seriously, leave her the hell alone. She clearly wants nothing to do with you. And I couldn't have said it any better myself. I don't think he's going to hear reason, but yeah, let's just keep saying the same thing. Deleted says, let it go. This is a prelude to something more serious if you don't knock it off. Out of curiosity, what more serious? About a no contact or restraining order? Because you will be arrested on the spot if you violate those. Dude, let it go. OP keeps replying.
What would she have to do to get one of those? How can she get one for me literally just trying to work things out?
She doesn't want to work things out. She doesn't like you. She wants nothing to do with you. Stop it. Grasshopper hops in again. Just from your original post and your replies in here, even I want to get one against you. So, take that for what it's worth. She does not want to work things out. She wants you to leave her alone. You're apparently not grasping that concept, and she finds it disturbing. As do I. As does everyone who ever watched this video. Move on, dude. This is how you end up in jail. And OP still won't hear reason. Why is he still replying?
How can I end up in jail for trying to reconcile a friendship? I don't understand.
Okay, well, maybe a few months in the tank will make you understand. You're like, hey, Bubba, leave me alone, not tonight, I've got a headache. But in jail, you can't file a restraining order, right? This is so insane. I want to believe it's just a troll, but I've seen people that lack self-awareness like this. I don't understand what you're trying to work out. The conversation about just being friends was not a legally binding contract. Please, no more. I think most of the comments say the same thing. Stop trying to contact her. What's going on? Major Phaser has a pretty long one. Let's see. You need to leave this person alone and seek some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
Your post reads like a best of collection for, quote, things emotionally unstable people say and do in the buildup to seriously dangerous activity. You pegged it 100%. You have asked her out and been rejected, refused to take no for an answer, and continually asked her out and been told no, repeatedly, in no uncertain terms. Refused to understand that blocking you on social media is telling you, in all caps, do not talk to me. Obsessively stalked her online, followed her to another city without asking, after all of this, to try and force a meeting that she clearly didn't want, attacked her character because she's doing unethical things without you. Somehow, I doubt you'd be upset if she was drinking underage with you. And finally, you believe that you can force her to talk to you, or that she owes you a conversation, after she told you clearly and repeatedly that she wants nothing to do with you. Nobody owes you their time or attention. Even if she did just say, let's be friends. Maybe she meant it in the moment, but she can withdraw that at any point. She has her own autonomy. I don't know why this is so hard to understand. Seriously, get help from a professional. This kind of behavior is a one-way ticket to getting expelled from college and arrested. Frankly, you're lucky she hasn't reported you to the school yet, because you are already at serious risk. Run! Do not walk away from this situation, and never, ever contact this person again. OP, as we've seen, never learns his lesson, so of course he replies to this comment as well.
Look, I'm not a perfect person. No one is. But I'm certainly not dangerous. And I wouldn't, go to her house without her knowing or anything.
The fact that you pointed that out is already, immensely sus. Nobody was even asking about that.
All I want to hear is straight from her that she doesn't want to speak to me again.
Major Phaser says you're behaving in a way that dangerous people do. So stop. You have heard it from her. That's what the letter says. It literally says, stop trying to contact me. And Grasshopper hopping in one more time. Yeah, you want to hear it straight from her. How does the cease and desist letter not make that clear? That's about as straight as it gets. Yeah, we're getting lawyers involved and everything. I wouldn't be surprised if this dude did some jail time over it. It was 6 years ago. I think it's a throwaway account, so we're not gonna get any confirmation of it. Which is a shame. For his extreme lack of self-awareness, I assume that there would be other posts, but nope, it's just the ones that we're looking at. User, help me please. Yeah, I think you're a little bit beyond help, bro. So we did get an update. Isn't that exciting? We'll go ahead and check that one out. And let's just all keep our fingers crossed that that girl is safe. Maybe OP had a rude awakening, you know? It could be a great update, although I doubt it. Let's see.
I had a falling out with the girl I love and got served a cease and desist order. What can I legally do? Pass post.
Yeah, we read it.
Oh boy, I've been wondering for a while whether to post here again or not. I wasn't going to, but I know my last post ended up on a few other subreddits, and I actually stumbled across it on my main account on r/NiceGuys, and I read all the comments there.
Did any of them sink in? Can I ask you that?
It was rough for me to read this original post, but it was a reminder of what my own mindset and the mindset of so many men like me was.
Oh, past tense? Maybe it is a good post, huh? You had my interest, now you have my attention.
I decided I needed to post again for some closure. I would have posted this on r/relationships, but they don't let you update posts that they've taken down. Yeah, the mods there actually took down the post, not me.
Yeah, because it was getting combative and going off the rails, I'm pretty sure.
For those who didn't see my original post on r/relationships before it was removed, it included more details than my last one here, so I'm gonna link to a thread from r/NiceGuys, from a few people that saved the text of my relationships post in the comments. I wanted to take full accountability for everything, so I wanted to link it here. 1 year later, and this dude's like, I'm ready to take accountability. I was not a good person. Wow, dude, you love to see that, honestly. We could probably dig through the Nice Guys post comment after we get through this post and its comments. So first, I want to assure everyone that I didn't contact that girl ever again. Right on, OP, taking the L, finally. Since I moved, I no longer see her or go anywhere by where she used to live or go to school or work. I don't know if she still lives in the same area or goes to the same school. I have avoided getting any information about her at all. Wow, dude. This does my heart well, honestly. Maybe there is hope. I mean, he's relatively young, 21. You are still getting it figured out. Your rational brain's not fully developed until 25 or so. But still, good for OP. I will say that many times. The way that I acted and the way that I hurt her and scared her so much still haunts me. Part of me wants to track her down and apologize. Oof. No. But I know from my classes that 1, that can re-victimize her all over again, and 2, it would be a selfish thing to do, because it would be to clear my conscience, not to make her feel better. If she wants to get closure by talking to me, I'm sure she could find me, somehow. And 3, I don't want to make the mistake of using an apology to make her feel manipulated into talking to me again. I learned in my classes that men do that a lot, and I don't want to hurt her anymore. So I will work past the guilt while never talking to her again. Dude, what class did you take? It rearranged your whole mind. This is great. The Reddit comments didn't seem to do a whole lot, but yeah, he took whatever class that was to heart. He's applying it to his life and understanding the lessons that were learned. Not contacting her because you realize it's only to clear your own conscience, that's big boy stuff right there. You are growing as a human being, OP. High five! I was truly distraught after my last post here. I admit, I came here looking for validation, not for help. I had a warped sense of entitlement that led me to believe that no one would possibly disagree with me, but obviously hundreds of people told me that I was messed up, a predator, a stalker, and that I needed help. And all of those people were right. I don't know what happened, but something clicked in me after seeing all those comments. Despite how combative I was in the comments, I checked myself into therapy in Michigan the week after I posted here. I knew something was wrong, but I was still in denial. I thought I needed help with my heartbreak. I didn't recognize that I actually needed help with identifying and combating my messed up belief system that I used to justify stalking and victimizing that poor girl. After a few sessions, I started seeing a psychiatrist too. I got on mood stabilizers and I started to realize that something was very, very wrong with the way that I was acting. Something that couldn't be cured by medication. After talking it over with my therapist, I decided it would be best for me to move out of state into my aunt's house. Within a month of me posting here, I had moved into my aunt's house. God damn, dude, Reddit really coming in clutch. I didn't think it was sinking in for OP, but apparently it did. He got the help that he needed. Luckily, these classes were not court-ordered, which was a theory being bounced around in my brain. After moving, I started the process of transferring to a new school next semester, working full-time, and I continued to take my medication and was transferred to a new therapist. I had a fresh idea of the issues that I wanted to work on in therapy, but after a few weeks of having 2 therapy sessions a week, my therapist pointed out to me during a session that I was still exhibiting the same kind of obsessive behaviors over women that earned me a cease and desist letter in Michigan. Although I wasn't actively stalking anyone at this point, I was only obsessing in my mind, which is bad, but at least I wasn't actively victimizing anyone. Honestly, small win, but we take those, you know? Something like this, probably so deeply ingrained, does take baby steps to get out of. And it's good for you for coming clean. Admitting to all this stuff and taking responsibility is really one of the most mature things that I've seen. We don't often get stories like this, but
I don't know, man. It makes me so happy to see it happen, for reals. And so, I realized that in addition to therapy, I needed some more help. My therapist pointed me to a class run by a local agency that was designed for men that have committed violent crimes against women, like domestic violence, maltreating, stalking, assault, etc. Most of the men in the class are court-ordered to go as a condition of their probation or parole, but you didn't have to be court-ordered to go, so I signed up voluntarily. Yeah, it's like a quick glimpse into your future. If you had continued down that road, you would be in that class, not voluntarily. I attended a 2-hour class session every week and have been attending for about a month now. The goal of the class is to help us recognize and change our maltreating or violent behaviors. I know most of you are thinking, what kind of monster can't recognize their own violent behavior? Well, people like me. People like me in the last post. I look like a normal person. I grew up in an upper middle class neighborhood. Monsters come in all shapes and sizes. And I fooled myself by saying that because I didn't look like one of those guys, or because I wasn't like those guys that I saw on TV, that I wasn't one of them. But I am. And I can't take back what I've done, but I can promise myself that I will never victimize anyone else again. Dude, I'm so happy. Posted 5 years ago, but I hope that you are doing well, OP. I meant it at the end of the last post, and I doubly mean it near the end of this one. In conclusion, a lot had changed for me in 3.5 months. I want to say that I don't blame my behavior on my mental illness or anger or the media or whatever else. I made a conscious decision to terrorize another human being because I thought I had the right to dictate how others interact with me. The class is a year-long class, and I've only been in it for a month, but I've already learned so much. I've learned from my group that this is always a conscious choice, and it is a learned behavior. But I believe that since I did learn this behavior, and it is voluntary, it's also totally within my control to change it. I've also learned from my group about the importance of having a non-romantic support system. So I made some male and female friends at work that invite me over just to play some video games with them. Don't worry, Reddit, these are actual friends and not people that I'm stalking or believe that I'm in love with. I talked about this extensively with my therapist, and I try to be more cognizant of my obsessive tendencies. I mean, that's all we could really ask for. Something like this, I'm sure it does take practice because it is deeply ingrained within you. But everybody has the ability to change, and I'm glad to see you utilizing that, OP. So thank you to everyone who told it to me straight, and I'm sorry for how I decided to treat everyone who was just trying to give me the advice that I had asked for. TLDR, I did cease, I did desist, and I got mental health help. So thanks to everyone. Edit, wow. Just wow. I didn't expect this response. I guess this is a top post of all time. I wanted to say some things for everyone who reads this in the future. 1, I read every single comment in r/best of legal advice, even though I didn't reply to many, and I cried a lot while reading them. 2, I didn't post this to be gilded or patted on the back. I'm not sure why I did it, but I don't think congrats is quite the right thing to say to me. I don't know if I deserve praise for being a normal human being with normal relationships, but thank y'all for being so supportive anyways. It's not the fact that you're a normal human being that deserves congratulations. It's the fact that you recognized your problems and took steps to remedy them. That takes a very big person. Even admitting you have a problem at all is a step that most neckbeards and nice guys on this channel are not willing to do. 3, I've had at least 10 people ask me for the name of the program that I'm in. The program I'm in is specific to my area, so I'd rather not disclose the name. However, I encourage anyone who is concerned that they might be too controlling in their relationships with partners, family, or friends to Google batterer intervention programs in my area. I did some research today about the class that I'm in, and that is what these types of classes are called. Not exactly flattering, but accurate. They all operate a little differently based on where you live and what program you do, but we use stuff like the power and control wheel, and there are steps in my program. There is no official federal program for this, I don't think. Yeah, there you go, the federal government doing what they do best. Nothing! 4. I am not healed. I've had a lot of obsessive thoughts, and I have to try really, really hard to have appropriate boundaries. My meds have helped me with this, but it is a behavior and thought process that I need to change, and that part of it can't be done with pills. I have a lot of mental health issues, based on my first post, and honestly, what you saw was just the tip of the iceberg, as it is with Reddit posts, honestly. I've never had real friends until the ones that I have now. Before Jamie, I definitely engaged in stalking behaviors with both women I had crushes on and men that I wanted to be friends with. It was never as bad as it was with Jamie, but I'm sure I made some people uncomfortable. I also have some self-harm behaviors that I'm working out, so to the person who was worried that I would use all of the good praise to say, oh, now I'm perfect, I can do whatever I want. Trust me, I know I'm screwed up, and I do want to change. I want to have normal relationships and friendships. I want to not be known as that creepy kid at my new college. So please, get help if you need it. Take it from me, all people are capable of changing for the positive. So I am excited to read about this post. I also do have just something in the back of my mind, a little bit of trepidation because he made this post after a month when he was excited about the program and on about truly want to change. Did he actually change? We don't know. We can't ever know. I like to believe that he did, though. He came and took accountability for his actions when he really didn't have to. I'm sure he solidified at least some of what he was learning in the class with this post. So yeah, I'm gonna close the book on this and say good, wholesome story, happy ending. So yes, comment section showing this guy some love, and well deserved, at least in the moment. I hope that he didn't backslide or anything like that, and if he did, I hope he had the self-awareness to be like, okay, we're going the wrong direction with all this. I'm gonna check out the comments in the thread over on r/NiceGuys, and we'll see if we can't get some pointy jabs at our now reformed OP in order to end the video, because that's the fun part. I do like the wholesomeness, but I'm also quite partial to the roasting. I don't know. The duality of man and whatnot. XGen Original top post says, yeah, that's the old I'm not harassing her because my intentions are pure. The only thing that matters is what I think is happening, is a pretty good summary of his entire situation, to be honest. I'm sure if she could just hear what I have to say, she'd understand. She'll never understand. She doesn't want to understand. It's time to pack it in. And he did. That's the best ending that I could hope for. Honestly, this is an extremely common train of thought with guys like this. The only correct interpretation of what is going on is theirs. And if yours is different, well, it's just because you don't understand, or you're too sensitive, or you haven't considered the bigger picture. I hear this with the whole, geez, learn to take a compliment line of defense against catcalling or harassment, or the old, it was just a joke defense against acting like a poo-poo head. I mean, sometimes it really was just a joke though, but your feelings are valid. You feel how you feel about the thing. I think that's where the rub in this situation was. He wasn't acknowledging anybody else's feelings but his own. And now he's able to do that a bit more, and it feels good, man. I gotta cease and desist, guys. What do I do? Everyone, cease and desist. And so he did. Well, one person did acknowledge that he could desist and then cease, so he's got options. Lordy, though. When you still don't get the message, when the person's had to go to a lawyer to get a cease and desist against you, yeah, you've got some issues. Honestly, everybody's got issues on different levels. Everybody could use therapy. Some people could just use it a lot more than others. I'm so proud of this OP, man. I could hardly even bag on him anymore. It just brings me some great happiness. Arcadia Ware says, Jesus, this is the other side of r/let's not meet. And it is. Even a reformed OP, I don't think we could necessarily kick it, but I do want to give him a nice pat on the back for taking responsibility for all the things that he's done. This reminds me of the story of the guy who realized that he was the stalker. Started stalking a kid at Walmart or something, ended up checking himself into a facility. And yeah, that was the right move as well. I'm not gonna sign off on what that guy did to that kid in a Walmart, but I do acknowledge the fact that he turned it around, and that's beautiful. Pavares says, wow, a 19-year-old girl went to college and started drinking and partying? What's the world coming to? Skank! Yeah, that about sums up the whole post. The only reason you're mad because you wasn't invited, bro.
Oh my god, she's becoming such a whore, and I'm the only person who can save her.
Yeah, the monologue that's endlessly repeated. It is really concerning how common this train of thought is for dudes, though. I hope that I'm not one of these guys, but I think the comments section would let me know about it pretty immediately, so I'm not too worried. Anyways, great post, great turnaround. I loved everything about it. The first part had me very concerned, but I don't know. The clouds parted. A sunbeam came down from the heavens and shined on us today and said, hey, have something wholesome. Oh, thank you. I laughed, I cried, I ate crinkle cut fries. I hope you guys will join us for the wholesome live stream this Sunday. We're going to be writing nice letters to strangers on the internet, playing kind words over on Steam, so that should be fun. And as always, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Like, comment, subscribe on the video if you ain't yet. Share it around to brighten somebody's day. Just keep them buckled in. You got to say, hey, watch till the end. It's not all bad. We've also got social medias down in the description. Yeah, many of those. Discord, super important. TikTok, I'm still trying to hit 1K subs, but I did start uploading over there again. Or their followers over there, not subs, whatever. I'd also like to thank my Patreon patrons, my gorgeous, beautiful, wonderful YouTube channel members. They're all gorgeous, beautiful, wonderful people. And if you'd like to join them, I'd appreciate your support. Join us again tomorrow, of course, friends. We'll be here doing the thing, as always. Keep yourself safe out there, wash your hands, and of course, always remember that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely, definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, friends, bye-bye.